Hi guys, Bob Palmer here again. Since 2003, one of my company's core services has been to renegotiate mobile, telecom, and IT contracts for large enterprise. Over the years, we've amassed quite the library of contracts and proposals, RFPs, and invoices. What this gives us is great visibility into how each carrier structures their deals, including pricing and promotions that are offered to multiple clients. And I can assure you, they are all different. After negotiating billions of dollars in contracts, we've developed some proven tactics that have produced some pretty dramatic results. In today's video, I'm going to share with you some tips on how to get the most out of your mobility contracts. When negotiating, it's important to understand what motivates your opponent. In the mobile industry, it's all about market share. Since everyone already has a phone, carriers have to offer large incentives to steal customers away from other carriers. The only thing they hate worse than not getting new business is losing customers to their competitors. Use this motivation to your advantage when negotiating. I'm often asked how often one should renegotiate their mobile contract. Typically, I recommend renegotiating pricing addendums at least once per year, or whenever a new plan is announced. Although you're likely in a 2-year agreement today, if you position a solid, credible threat, you can renegotiate pricing any time in the term. In fact, over 70% of the contracts we renegotiate had more than 12 months left on the term. To give you an idea of how much mobile contracts vary from customer to customer, here are the discount tiers and structures from 4 different customers from the same vendor. In the first example on top, 500,000 phones was the standard threshold to get a 22% discount. The next one down, it's only 50,000. The one below that, it's 10,000. And in the bottom example, to get the same 22% discount, this customer only had to commit to 100 phones. Crazy, huh? We regularly use our contract library and database to call out vendors who try to offer substandard deals to our clients. Although the terms that are in the agreement are important, the really juicy stuff is in what they leave out of the agreement. What they leave out are all the incentives, credits, and discounts that they only offer to customers they are trying to save. The tricky part is that if you don't know these incentives exist, how are you supposed to know how much and what to ask for? I have listed a few types of incentives on the screen, but understandably I can't share the amounts. You'll have to either do a lot of research to find out what carriers offer other customers or work with a company like Optelcon that already knows the answers to those questions. In this respect, we have a bit of an unfair advantage. In regards to commitments, we usually recommend to stay away from minimum revenue commitments and stick with just volume-based attainment discounts. As we saw earlier, these are completely arbitrary. Try not to let your carrier put you in a discount bracket that you have to grow into to hit. It's completely unnecessary. Although your carrier has many rate plan options, they typically present only one option. Just like the discounts, the plans and costs are all over the place. Many factors determine what rate plans will yield the lowest costs. You'll need to do some homework to know the pricing, the features, inclusions, discounts, and other usage cost components. Even though the carriers do not put them on their website anymore, Google stores old web pages with the information. Optelcon has developed some proprietary tools that allows us to determine what plans are best. As it relates to international rates, you'll need to look at the international call detail reports and negotiate custom rates to the highest volume countries. Case in point, we discovered one of our clients was spending $40,000 a month on calls to India from the US and paying $1.15 a minute. Armed with this info, we were able to negotiate a custom $8 a month unlimited calling plan to India. This one change saved our client over $480,000 a year. The devil, however, as they say, is in the details. For travelers that accidentally forget to put on an international plan when traveling, negotiate re-rate credits. One client of ours had a user that ran up a $36,000 bill in just 3 weeks because they forgot to add an international plan. Now we got that money back for our client, but it helps to have this protection in your contract up front. As it relates to credits, this is where you can really make out. If compelled, carriers will include hundreds of dollars per device in additional incentives to keep your business. The key, though, is establishing a credible threat and engaging the carrier's win-back teams. Optelcon's contract and pricing library details every promotion, credit, and waiver and bonus we've ever seen. Unfortunately, we can't share those. As it relates to equipment, instead of trying to get special pricing on their entire catalog of phones, focus on the 5 or 6 phones that you expect to use most. If a model has a different configuration, like a 16 gig, 32 gig, and 128 gig option, be sure to include all versions. Also, be sure to get special pricing on both the 2-year plan options as well as the installment programs. Lastly, be sure to negotiate discounts on future versions of the phones. All carriers are going to ask you to commit to more phones to get special pricing. In our opinion, you don't need to do that. We find that a better negotiating position is when you cannot guarantee to give them new business, but you can guarantee that you will leave them if they don't give you the terms you want. To get the best pricing and incentives for a mobile carrier, you have to play a little hardball. When a proper credible threat is presented, carriers engage their win-back pricing teams who are authorized to offer special pricing not available to other clients. Simply telling a vendor you have a better offer is not good enough. For the best results, we provide the vendor with very detailed comparative analysis. Some of the triggers that get concessions include other carriers paying off their termination fees, buying their old phones, providing incentive credits on new phones, and offering big signing bonuses. It helps when you have people on the team that know how the system works. The best time to get added incentives is by negotiating at the end of the month, quarter, or year. Use the fact that your sales team needs to make their quota to your advantage. On the screen is an example of how applying these techniques and data reduced our clients' TCO by over 1.9 million over 2 years on just 1,200 phones. On average, we negotiate an average of $600,000 a year in savings per 1,000 cell phones. When we started, this client was paying an average of $85 a month per phone. After applying our negotiated discounts and plans, it reduced their 2-year TCO to only $26.67 a device. Pretty dramatic decrease. I hope this provided some insight on how to negotiate the most from your mobile contracts. Just as most companies hire accounting firms to do their taxes and lawyers to handle legal issues, we recommend hiring professionals like Optelcon to negotiate your mobile telecom and IT contracts. Optelcon's experience, data, systems, professional negotiators, and tactics reduce our clients' mobile costs by an average of over 42%. It doesn't matter if you signed your renewal 6 months ago or 20 months ago. We save money for our clients 100% of the time. If you're a company that has more than 200 corporate-owned devices, we can help. If you're interested in finding out how Optelcon can help your company, please reach out to me at bobpalmer@optelcon.com, or you can even call me direct at 847-501-5026. Have a great day. Take care.